All right, check this out. You guys are back on the Hater World, and I'm Blue Devil. What we have going on today is a video of YNW Melly inside an interrogation room with the popo, dropping names, pointing the finger, and being a rat. You know, just like his brother Pino, his cousin 6ix9ine, and his uncle P from QC. But before we get to the video, if you guys are new to the Hater World, make sure you go over, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, like the video, and most importantly, leave me a comment down below and let me know if you guys like what I'm doing or whether you don't. And salute to all the day ones. Salute to the new subscribers. You guys already know, nothing but love. Now, to those that are subscribed, go over to the bell, click it again, and change it from custom to all. That way you're notified of everything that we drop. You know, and other than that, catch us on Rumble, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and most importantly, Spotify and Apple Music. All right? And if anybody wants to get in contact with me or speak to me directly, I'm most active on Instagram at TheHaterWorld. You can send me videos, send me a message, talk about business. We can get it done, all right? But back to this video. YNW Melly. Listen, this video couldn't come at a worse time, right? It happened to come now because of his court case. You know, but we'll talk about that a little bit more into the video. So let's go ahead and watch this old video from 2015 and get you guys a Southsider's reaction. Let's get it. Check this out. Before we press play, I will say this. If you guys want to watch this video with all the facts in it and get the backstory, something I'm not going to give you, go over to 1090 Jake. He don't need no more subscribers. I got a bunch of them, but go subscribe to the homie and go watch over there. He'll give you the whole details. I'm only going to react to the parts of him dropping names. All right? So let's go.
You can do to help you out, or B, you're going to live a very tragic life. So why don't you tell me the truth of what really happened?
That's all I know.
Remember what I told you when we were out there, when we first found you? Okay, we talked about it, right? We talked about everything that kind of transpired already. Okay, now we have you down here. Detective Pence just explained to you what we just did. Okay, remember all the factors we discussed? Okay, what I told you out there about, you know, witnesses and everything else? Now's the time to be honest, okay? Like I told you, a lot of the stuff we don't need because we have all this evidence already. Now's your time.
Check this out. The popo said, we don't really need no more info. We got all the evidence. We got witnesses. We got times, places, all that, right? At that moment, I would have been like, well, take me back to my cell since you got everything, detective. Boom, right? Listen, Popo be lying. Popo be lying. If they have all the evidence, why do you need me? Now, of course, a confession always tops everything, right? So even though they got evidence, even though they got this, they got that, witnesses, of course, a confession will top all of that, right? But there is times where a confession is not enough. You know, they need the evidence with the confession, because just having a confession, you can later say, hey, you know, somebody told me to say this, or I was on dope, or I was drunk. So having the confession plus the, you know, the tools, the gun, the knives, come on. You know, that's a seal case for the popo. So, you know, the popo right here, he ain't cool. He ain't trying to be cool with you. He's just trying to seal this case, give you a number, and move on to the next case, you know. So to anybody out there, when the popo tell you they got everything, just say, all right, cool. You did your job. Take me back to my cell. Done. Let's go.
Really need to think about what you're going to do. Because now is the time to try to be honest and try to make things right. Okay? If you shot in self-defense or something, you need to let us know. I did.
That was a key word right there, okay? He said, if you shot in self-defense, you need to let us know. YNW right there says, I did. Listen, the popo tricked them. Listen, we know you probably didn't do it. We know you probably didn't want to do it. We know you did it because they were messing with you. They were trying to get you. They were trying to murder you, so you had to do it. Just let us know that's the case, and we'll let you go. Of course, they're not telling you they're letting you go, but they're trying to sweet talk you to make you believe that if you can convince the cop that you shot in self-defense, that somehow they're gonna let you go, and that's not the case. The popo can never let you go. Once they press the charges on you, once they tell you you're under arrest, and they tell you the Miranda rights, they can no longer release you. Okay. Once they say you're under arrest, what else do they say? Anything you say can be held against you in the court of law. They can't release you no more. They can't. Only the bail can or the judge can. Unless I'm mistaken. But every single time they've read me those rights, I've went to the big house. So listen. It's always best not to say nothing, because if they have you in that room, they're trying to investigate. And if they don't have nothing, that's what they're trying to do, is get something. So listen, I've been in an interrogation room before, and they've took me in there and questioned me, and, I don't know. Listen. They trick you. Your homeboy's telling. So you might as well tell us first. Right here, they tricked them and said, hey, if you shot in self-defense, just let us know. And YNW Melly said, I did. Okay? So let's go ahead and listen to the rest.
What happened?
Somebody at the Plum Tomato pulled out a gun on me.
Who?
One of the kids.
Somebody you go to school with?
Yeah.
Same grade?
Yeah.
What's he go by?
All right, look it. He said that somebody pulled out a gun on him at school, right? To this point, he hasn't said no names. He could be making up a fake story. He could be just making up this whole idea, right? I've heard of homies tell fake stories. If you guys remember the Southside story I did, I'm going to put it right here. I said that me and the homie were in a situation where the gun jammed, right? And the homie somehow didn't want to go with me. He was faded. No matter what I did to drag him, that fool would not come. Well, if you watch the story, I say in there that when the popo got to him, he said that he was being shot at, And so the popo, instead of, doing some detective work to see if he was a shooter, they believed him, and they threw him in I think it was juvenile hall or the drunk take. I don't remember, bro. I got to go back to the story. But, they believed them. So I've heard of people telling fake stories, right? I've heard of people telling fake stories. All right? So let's go.
Yes.
Somebody you go to school with?
Yeah.
Same grade?
Yeah.
What's he go by?
Trying to think. I think he goes to the alternative.
All right. What's his street name?
I know his last name, Gillespie.
Gillespie?
Listen to everybody in the premiere, everybody in the chat, everybody watching at home, everybody on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Rumble. YNW Melly is now categorized as a rat. Listen. He narrowed it down for the cops and said he goes to alternative, which is like a continuation, right? He also said this is his last name and he's in my grade. You couldn't have made it any easier, right? All the info is there. There's no way around this. You could have gave a fake name. You could have, said Pedro. You could have said, Pablo. You could have said, I don't know his name. You could have said he goes by Goofy. You could have gave up some fake shit, but you decided to give a real name of a real student. You said what grade he's in, and you said what school he goes to, implicating another person to be investigated and arrested. So therefore, my friend, you are a rat. Now listen, people are fighting this in the comment saying that he's young. Yes, he is. This was 2015. They say he was in high school, you know, and I understand, right? And yeah, it's fucked up that at 15 years old, he probably don't know what he's doing right now. He probably don't know that he's doing the wrong thing. He's probably afraid. He's probably never been in this situation. He probably think he's going to go up the river forever. So, you know, I understand him and I feel for him, right? But the minute you jump off the porch, it's up to you to figure out the rules of the game and play them correctly to survive, right? So you can't blame nobody but him and his big homies from his set, right? Other people were trying to defend this by saying that he was claiming self-defense. Listen, my boy, it don't matter if he was claiming self-defense, if he was 15. What matters is that he implicated someone else, okay? He said someone's name, someone that could potentially be investigated and go to prison, okay? There's no way around this. What you're supposed to do is, I don't know anything. Or if you're going to lie, at least lie and give up nothing but false info. You know, there is no excuse. There is no excuse. And listen, this one sort of hurts because seeing him on trial, I was like, he's one of the solid ones. I want to see him win, right? And now, with all this, it's like, damn. You know, but you know what the problem is? The problem is that these kids are young. These kids start in the street life young, and they don't have no direction, right? The parents are probably nowhere to be seen, right? So these kids go outside just playing games all day long. I don't mean video games. I mean playing the street life, right? And so there's nobody to tell them, hey, my boy, check it out. This is how you do it. This is how you do what you say, what you don't say, blah, blah, blah. You know, and so they go out thinking it's the Wild, Wild West. But in my time, I'll tell you like this, and I don't want to be one of those dudes that's always talking about my time, but in my time, there was a thing called boot camp. You'd go through boot camp first, you know, making sure that you took the proper steps and somebody will vouch for you. Yeah, this homie solid, don't trip. I'll put him up on game. We already did a few missions, send him alone, blah, blah, blah. He's solid. Get him in. You know, but a lot of these kids growing up, bro, they listen to rap music. You know, they're out there doing their thing, not knowing. And when they finally get arrested, they bitch up, you know. And not to say that he's soft, because I don't believe that he's soft. I don't believe he's a weenie. I just believe that he did not have direction. But listen, there's no excuses. You gave somebody's name up, and regardless of whether they went to jail or not, that don't matter. Listen, that's the problem. That was the problem with Pino the Rat. Oh, I told on everybody, including the milkman, but I'm the only one who went to jail. Yeah, you stupid motherfucker. Because you still got butt fucked. But if everybody else would have went to jail, that was the plan for you. The plan for you was to rat, get less time, and have other people go to jail too. But it didn't work out for you. The cops fucked you. The cops made you rat, plus gave you all the time. So you were the goofy. You feel me? But those weren't your plans. Your plans were to rat and get less time. It just didn't work out for you. And now you want to say is, oh, well, I ratted, but nobody went to jail. Well, yeah, because it didn't play out for you right, you know. And that's the problem here as well. Like this young man, YNW Melly, also ratted, and he's the only one that went to jail. But it don't matter. The point of the matter is that you told. And if you told now, you'll tell later. And if you tell later, you'll tell again. And then you'll tell again. Like, it won't stop. So people need to stop making excuses. It is what it is. Even though you like him, you like his music, he's still told. You feel me? Let's go give this a few more minutes.
Okay. What kind of gun was it?
38 revolver.
How you know it was a 38?
I seen it.
How close?
This close.
Okay. So what did you do then?
I ran away.
Where'd you get your gun from?
It's all right to be honest.
I don't know.
One of your friends give.
So right there, he told the popo that young man that he name dropped, had a 38, right? He said he had a 38 and he pointed at him. So not only did you give the cops his name, You also pointed out the gun that he had. So if the cops go raid that young man's house and they find a 38, they could align it with the things that you said. Boom. Case closed. You know, come on, my boy. Listen, there's no excuses. If I blame anybody, I blame the adults around this young man. His mom, his dad, his homies. That's who I blame. Yeah, of course, all the blame goes on YNW Melly, but you have to blame the close ones that are around him because they didn't school him correctly, you know. And you know this video dropped now because they want to make him look like a bad guy while he's in court because they know that he's probably gonna beat it, and so they ain't got nothing. You know, they from watching the court cases that's going on for him right now, it's leaning more towards he's gonna be free, right? But by dropping this video, they know that the jury is gonna watch it at home, and they're gonna be like, damn, he was busting caps back in 2015 at his friends from school. Oh, he really murked his homeboys now, you know, and it's gonna sway them into, you know, potentially sending this guy to jail. It's fucked up, bro, because it should not be like that. Whoever dropped this footage knew what they were doing and knew why they dropped it. You know, it's an agenda. It's an agenda. You know, but the point of the matter is that there is no excuses. A young man told. He now falls under that category. And I'm telling you, it's pretty sad because I wanted to see this guy win. But it is what it is. No rats allowed. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a t-shirt that says no rats allowed. Or something like that. Just keep an eye out for it. I might be wearing it next. But other than that, I'm going to kill this video. We're laying, call it a day. Bad day for YNW Melly. If you guys want to watch the official video and watch like the backstory, go to 1090 Jake. Go hit him in the comments. Let him know that Blue Devil sent you. And once again, follow us on the clips page. It'll be a little world right here. The hater world. You'll see it in the middle. Click on it. It'll take you there. And go hit the subscribe button. And other than that, I'm Blue Devil. This has been a Hater World production. And we out.